Hey podcast, just before we get you to this episode, I wanted to invite you to join us at pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and we want you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair, and we'd love your input on how to do that. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and let's get you to this episode. Hello everyone, Adrian from the Pageant Project. I have, let's start with our guest, Miss Global Scotland, Freya. Freya, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, how are you?
I am muddling through this morning with these three lovely ladies. Now, we've got someone subbing in for Lauren, who's off with elephants, I believe. Chloe Lake. Chloe, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just putting it out there. I can't promise that I'm going to be as funny as Lauren. So, you know, if we've got high expectations, let's just take them down a notch.
No pressure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm feeling the pressure.
I don't know if people laugh with Lauren or laugh at Lauren, because there is a subtle and an important difference. I mean, she was funniest when she was drunk, but I don't think that was intentional. And in the top right, as always, Ms. London Galaxy, Danielle Latimer. Danielle, how are you?
Yeah, good. Just woke up from a nap, so I'm all good.
Danielle seems in a very good mood today. Is this because you had a nap, or is this because of your new job, or both? Or
this is probably a bit of both. I was on the early this morning, so I started I got into work at 7 a.m. So I got to finish at 3:30, which is great because I feel like I'm back at school. I get my evenings to myself. So yeah, I came home and had a nap. I'm very happy about that.
Okay, all right. I'm
jealous.
Well, Chloe, how is your work going? You seem like you never sleep, and you seem like you're frazzled all the time. So how's life for you?
You know what? I think being frazzled is just a permanent state, and come talk to me in 10 years after I've qualified and, you know, made, and I can actually enjoy what I'm doing rather than just, you know, the struggle to try and get there, because that's what it is at the moment. So yeah, I don't sleep. I'm a workaholic. I will put my hands up and say that, but it's fun.
I think every time I log onto my LinkedIn, my first post is always yours. I swear you post daily on LinkedIn.
But it's because my firm literally loves LinkedIn, and I really love the firm that I work for, and you know, I'd love to stay there and qualify there. So I'm trying to, you know, align myself with them. And yeah, I love a good LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn more than my Instagram now.
Yeah, it's a really good tool.
Look at you, professional.
I know, God, it's a bit scary, isn't it?
I don't think it's scary at all. I think it's great that someone actually is posting on LinkedIn. It shows that at least one pageant girl has become professional. That's good by me. And
taking it from Team Gal.
All right, I want to ask about the Pageant Land Ball, because I normally start by asking what everyone's been up to, and obviously the Pageant Land Ball has been and gone. I wasn't there, sadly. So can Chloe, were you there? I know Danielle and Freya were.
I wasn't. It was Sam's dad's 60th the night before, so you know, family came first, and I was there, and there was absolutely no way that I was going to be doing millions of miles all around the country on the Saturday. But I had serious FOMO. I was like, oh.
FOMO. Natalie Pav has said, "Hello, beautiful people," with 3 blue love hearts. Okay, so Freya and Danielle, can you fill us in with what happened at the Pageant Land Ball? Chloe doesn't know and I don't know, so fill us in with all the details.
It was good fun. It was a good catch up. I think it was about, 200 girls there or something?
Something like that. It was packed, full house.
It was crazy. Me and Dan had a nice dance.
We did. We had a little boogie on the dance floor.
A bit of the Killers. It was fun. No, it was good fun.
Yeah.
Good fun. Good to catch up with everyone in a more relaxed setting as well. Always.
Yeah. Usually when there's a meet-up with all like the pageant girls, there's always a sense of pressure for the people that are competing. Even if you're just attending, you do feel like a little bit nervous for those that are competing. There was no pressure. We could all just chill, relax, eat, drink and be merry. So it was just a really lovely event. No one was kind of on their guard. It was just pure fun.
How much of the being merry was there? I mean, the eating. How much of the drinking and the being merry was there? Were people having a good time?
I think there was more people. Yeah, I think there's more people being merry than they were eating. So.
Because I was obviously looking at the stories here, because I think when you guys were doing it, what time was it? Like 7 p.m. or something for you guys? Yeah, so that's like my time in the morning here. So I was expecting more stories. I didn't really see that many stories, and I figured it's because everyone was busy being merry.
Yeah, I didn't really post. I didn't post anything live.
Photo op at the start. Everyone was getting pictures at the start. Then as soon as the food hit, everyone ate, and then the dance floor was full for the rest of the night. So yeah, no one was really stuck to their phone, which was nice. Like the opposite.
What's wrong, Chloe?
What's what?
She's lost us.
Uh-oh.
What?
Chloe.
Oh, well, we can still hear her. So, Chloe, hello. Danielle, you must be happy. This is the first time that you're not having the technical difficulties. It's someone else.
Well, I don't know, because sometimes I watch these back and I'm very delayed. So I don't know if there's a delay on right now.
You're a little bit delayed because sometimes the internet delays you. Yeah.
My Wi-Fi is rubbish. I keep begging my dad to get better Wi-Fi.
Well, if you use your mobile data, I don't know if your mobile might be better, but here in Australia, using the Wi-Fi is just a no-go.
Let me try my.
I froze. I'm back.
Chloe, can you hear us now?
I'm on my. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm on my mobile data now.
Okay. And now, what has Danielle done to herself?
You broke it. You jinxed it. You jinxed it.
This is going so well for us.
Well, hang on, but Danielle. So hang on. Oh, dear me. Give me a second here. Bear with. Hang on. Because I'm using Danielle's audio, and if she's not there, Freya, can you say something?
Hello.
All right, we've got I don't know, Danielle. Oh, Jesus.
She's commented. She's saying, "I switched to data and I lose y'all." She's gone.
Oh, no. Gone.
Yeah. This is what happens when I compliment Danielle about how her tech is going. She bombs out. It's just typical. Danielle, are you going to rejoin the call? Danielle, might be easiest if you just oh, can she even hear me? Daniel, if you can hear me, just exit the call and reconnect, and we'll catch up with you later. But so, Freya, did anything else happen at the pageant land ball? It sounds like everyone had a good time catching up.
Yeah, it was just a good fun night, to be honest. I feel like I didn't see anyone. Like, I saw everyone from a distance, but like I didn't get a chance to really talk to anyone. Like, after the food came out, there was lots of photos outside and then dancing, and that was that. It was just fun, good fun. It was quite akin to the Galaxy Ball last year, like, because we just ended up dancing for ages last year as well. So
it sounds good. Okay,
it was good.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. Jessica,
make it an annual thing, Holly.
Yeah, Jessica Buckley said ball was epic.
Because it has to happen, because I never miss a Holly event, and I was a bit like,
I know. That's why I said to you, I was like, "Are you going?" And you're like, "No."
Danielle, where?
What?
Bear with me.
Attacks in all of pageant land.
She gone. Oh, hey.
Danielle.
Back in.
We're back.
This is what happens when I switch to data. No, I stick to my slow Wi-Fi.
Well, we still can't see you. Can you turn your camera on?
Oh,
I can see her.
Oh, am I not? Oh, my camera is on.
You.
Is it? I can't. For some reason, I can't see you. I can't see her on the call. Can you guys see Danielle on the call? Can you?
Yeah, we both got her.
Why can't I see you?
She's currently dancing.
dancing around.
Thriller
It'd
is
be
happening.
very funny.
Thriller is happening. You're all missing out.
Oh, Danielle, it's always you. It's always.
I mean, you did say that I should switch to data, so.
Well, I didn't mean right now. I meant next time. I didn't mean in the middle of when we're doing a live. Because I can't see you on Skype anymore. I can see Chloe and I can see Freya, but I can't.
Right, okay, I'll drop out and drop in.
Can you disconnect and reconnect?
He's gone.
Can you see me
Okay,
now?
yes, now I can see you. Oh, thank God. All right.
Yay! Did you miss me?
No, not really. But
Oh.
it's no.
Back
We missed
after
you.
some technical difficulties.
It's always me.
Okay, so I have been learning more and more because obviously it's not long to UK Galaxy, and I have been trying to learn as much about UK stereotypes in terms of what, obviously there's what Scottish people are like as a whole.
Well,
and
Adrian, you shouldn't stereotype as a person now. Come on.
Yes, but it's a shortcut to understanding certain jokes. And I gotta say, I think you guys have to explain to me. You guys, like in game shows and things like that, when there's a mixture of people like from Wales or from Scotland or from Birmingham or from Essex or from London or whatever it is, you guys sometimes really rip into each other. You've got these really strong stereotypes. Yeah. And they say, UK people or Brits are passive aggressive, and you might be, but you're not when it comes to taking the slag out of your own people.
Straight up aggressive.
I think as a whole, as like a country, our sense of humour is horrible. Like, we make fun by being horrible to each other. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But who do you think, say English, Welsh,
people,
Irish, who do you think is the most horrible? Oh, yeah.
If we're nice to you, we don't like you.
I feel like the Welsh and the Scottish are nicer than the English.
Yeah. Sorry, thank you.
So I like how...
I didn't mean that as blunt as it sounded, but that's a great example. But yeah. I'm sarcastic.
It is.
We're really sarcastic.
Yeah. I feel like Welsh and Scottish are a bit more warm. Do you know what I mean? I think if you're lost, I know a Welshman will always give you directions. You'll be like, yeah, you're right, love. Like, where are you going? You were lost. No, it's just down the road. Just take it right there. And then as a British person, they'll be like, okay, yeah, carrying on with my day. I'm not going to help this person.
It depends on where you are, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after...
But then in terms of how we're all known for being very, very British and proper and polite, I think that's more of an English thing, because I don't think Scottish people are like that at all. We'll just say it how it is, and I mean, I'm the kind of person, my patience is very, very minimal. And those people that walk really slowly in the street and you end up stuck behind them and you're like, I want to get somewhere. I'll be passive aggressive, under my breath to the person that I'm with, oh my God,
Oh my God, what?
Don't you just love when people walk really slowly, I'm just blunt.
Yeah, it's like when you're driving and someone doesn't let you in. You're like, thank you.
You're all right. I'm invisible.
Louise Parkinson has said, hello, beautiful people. Okay, all right. So Louise has said, hello, beautiful people. Hello, Louise. I like how we went from Danielle saying that I shouldn't stereotype people to just dumping out every single stereotype that we can in 5 minutes.
The best advice I can give you.
Yes, that's why I'm preparing myself, Freya. I want to know these shortcuts.
The best advice we can give you is just don't get offended.
Yeah. I think Aussies don't get offended that easily.
No. You misunderstand. I'm not worried about getting offended because the Australian way is to take the piss out of ourselves. I'm worried about offending people.
Tell you what, it's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
It's not that much of a culture
famous
shift.
last words.
No, it's really not.
Well, the weather might be a thing. Tell me about this storm that's going on, because we had a massive, we had 1 year's worth of rain fell in 2 days, and you guys are having some manic. What's going on over there?
Just a bit of rain.
The Clyde has
a bit of rain.
Never in my life.
Oh my God!
Never.
It didn't look like a bit of rain.
Did you find it bad, you two?
Yeah, really bad. Mum and I were driving back yesterday, and the rain was so bad on the roads that you could not actually see the road, and you couldn't see the car in front of you.
Yeah.
And like her windscreen wipers were going like that, and
Yeah.
we had to stop because it was like, okay, this is really dangerous. It was so bad, and she's got like a big ass car.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like that for us driving back up from England, but it was worse down there. Then up here it was fine. Then during the night, I woke up to snow, and it's been raining like nobody's business all day.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like -12 up in some parts of Scotland.
-12.
Yeah, we get to the minuses in here, Adrian.
No,
I didn't actually think maybe it's just the Bear Grylls in me, but I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, the window wipers were going full blast, and I do drive basically a tin can. I didn't feel unsafe at any point. I was, maybe I'm a bit of a daredevil, and I was like, yes, 90 miles per hour. I'm like, yeah, let's go behind this huge lorry and get in like the vacuum behind him. If he like sudden braked, I would have been a goner. Yeah,
I didn't know that was safe.
Danielle, I just think you're rock solid, to be honest.
I was actually looking forward to rolling the car. I got my seatbelt on. I'll have a nice claimer. I could pay for my dress.
Where there's a blame?
No, I shouldn't make jokes.
No.
Disclaimer, you have to do it because some people are sensitive. I'm not promoting road accidents or speeding.
You are in some strange sort of mood today, Daniel.
I could do a cheeky couple of grand to pay off my dress. So.
Oh, don't use cheeky. You know how much I love that word cheeky. Jessica Barclay said the drive back from the ball was scary. I was going to say, Danielle, because you said it's not that bad. I was reading a news article that a British Airways flight broke the supersonic barrier. It broke the record, I think, like the Concorde used to hold, because they got stuck in the jet stream of this storm that wasn't so bad, according to Danielle. And they broke the sound barrier and landed like 2 hours early or something. So it's got to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, did they even use any fuel on that flight?
Just blew it.
No,
there.
They just got caught in a jet stream and it flung them faster than the Concorde.
Transatlantic in 4 hours.
I would like to have a discount on my flight, please, because I'm not paying out for petrol or gasoline or whatever they use. Butane.
I've not made the most of my seat.
Okay, so Danielle says it's not too bad. Chloe and Freya say it's catastrophic, and now I'm wondering, like, I don't know who to believe. Danielle, you're scaring me slightly.
If you up here, down south was worse on the drive back from the ball.
Yeah.
See, I got some patches of sunshine even. Maybe it's just the time I left.
You guys live in the same country, right?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys live in the same country.
See, I was in Manchester until I want to say like 4 o'clock.
Oh.
I can't remember. And then I drove down to Walsall. And that drive was fine. And then I was there for a few hours. And maybe the storm blew over while I was doing things.
We left at 7 a.m, so maybe that's.
Yeah.
I mean, we were yesterday. We left like Sam's at 4, and it takes 2.5 hours to get from his to mine, door to door. It took us nearly 4.5. And it was bad the whole way. The whole way it was bad. And like
I drove through like Leicester as well.
It was just it was bad. It was bad.
I think your drive, Chloe, took longer than that transatlantic flight by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It probably did. Probably the people got to New York quicker than I got home from like 160 odd miles away.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, just to switch it over to pageantry for a second, obviously, well, let's start with the easy one. Danielle, because we know what she's in the lead up to. How is all the preparation going?
Good. I've got one more instalment to pay on my dress.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard much about my fashion wear and a backup dress because it's currently Chinese New Year and God knows what the situation, whether I'm going to get that dress or whether it's going to come riddled with coronavirus. Fingers crossed it comes in time. Don't spit it on me.
I feel you need to put the disclaimer that you say I don't need to keep doing that. It's a joke, okay? Because people just get offended at everything these days.
I'm sorry if you've got coronavirus. I just don't want it.
Sorry if you've got it.
You're just making this worse. Only you can give an apology and make it worse. Oh, God.
It's just...
Please continue.
The flu kills lots of people a year. I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. I think it's affected China quite a lot, but...
I was told that in all seriousness, the people who've been badly affected by it were probably, obviously we don't want anyone to get sick, but probably were the elderly or the infirm already.
That already have weak immune systems.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the flu.
8 cases in the UK now, they've all been linked back to one person. And they all caught it off this person who was abroad at the time. They were all in the same resort.
Oh.
Right. Okay. It's getting pretty silly. Because here in Sydney, we had a man collapse outside Chinatown, which is, as you can tell from the name, who's there. And no one would give him CPR because everyone was worried about coronavirus, and he died on the street. Now, we don't know that CPR would have saved him, but no one was willing to go anywhere near him. That's how crazy level it's gotten with corona here.
That's really
but yeah, so then continue with it.
They found someone in Brighton and they decided they wanted to bring him to London. That's a great idea. Let's bring him to the biggest city in the UK so we can... You've only got to go on the tube and we're all done for.
Yeah, okay. But back to the dresses. Yes. Thanks, Danielle.
I don't have swimwear yet. Well, I have got bikinis. I'm looking at my drawers right now, knowing they're filled with swimwear. So I do technically wear, but I don't have a swimwear that I want to wear.
I have
on stage. Oh, please, can you send me a little inventory and I'll have a little... Oh, thanks, babe. And then what else? I still don't have interview wear. I have in my head that I want to wear a white jumpsuit, but I haven't really done much. I'm kind of broke. I'm not going to lie. Kind of broke. So should really recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle, and promote all of that because that's what I'm all about. So I probably should do some of that. But other than that, there's nothing much more I can really do. I feel like it's not about what you wear, it's about the person that you are at the end of the day. It's not about the dress, it's about the girl that's in the dress, and I can't promote that enough. Me, a decade in the game, I'm ready.
Yes.
How are you feeling this time round compared to last time round?
It's been different. Last year, we definitely had, I had some more London girls that I was kind of competing with, and we were all different. We really pushed one another. Whereas this year, I have felt a little bit lonely, not going to lie, but it's good because it meant that I had to be self-motivated. It means that I've got to back my own team. I can't rely on anyone else to push me. I've got to push myself. It's a real test on how much I want it. So this year has been very different, but obviously getting to know all the other girls, but a lot of the girls that I really get on with, they live quite far away from me. Even the London girls, we're not massively close to one another. London is huge. Even for me to drive to Jess takes me about an hour and a half. So I could probably drive to, another county in the same amount of time. Well, it technically is another county, really. But this year's been a bit different, but it's been really good. I feel like every time I do a pageant, you learn something new about yourself. So, it's been fun. And I can't believe it's 4 weeks away, basically.
Yeah. Someone put that it's maybe 4 weeks exactly. I think it may be. We're getting close to that because February is only a 20-month. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, Jessica Barclay said we were in a big 4x4 and didn't go over 40 miles an hour. Megan Goldberger said it took me and the Welshies 4 hours to drive back. We left at 11 p.m. Jeez.
Yeah, and they left that night. So they literally came for the evening and they left before midnight. So they drove all that way and back in one day. So it's over 8 hours worth of driving for them. So props to them for the commitment.
Represent. Well done, girls. And Jessica Barclay has also said, I did think this. Adrian Adrian, not to worry you or anything, but you are being driven by Danielle in March. Yes, I was thinking that when she said she's got a tin can and she likes driving in the vacuum behind lorries and that she wants to go for a roll. So I'm slightly concerned and terrified, but that's
Has
okay.
anyone seen the Spice Girl movie? You know, when she's going over Tower Bridge, she's like, hold on to your knickers, girls. That will be me, Adrian. So hold on to your knickers.
Am I too young for that? Because like that's just gone straight over my head. Like,
Yeah, you are.
Chloe, are you calling us old?
Chloe,
When
bless
was
you.
it out? It was out in like 95.
I wasn't born until 97.
Oh, God. Vintage. I'll send you the scene via YouTube.
Oh, Chloe's the baby. Yeah, she's probably the most responsible one out of all of us. That says everything.
Isn't it?
It is slightly. So, Chloe, in terms of pageantry, I think I asked this ask you this in the interview, but I don't quite remember. Do you have any pageant plans coming up, or this year is about focusing on the career?
Oh, like 100% my career. I think it's something that you've got to be all or nothing with. But it's the same like when I compete for a pageant, I'm like fully focused on that. And yeah, and also obviously I'm helping girls achieve their dreams, as cliche as it sounds. And I think I wouldn't be able to fully commit myself to doing that if I was also in a mindset of I need to compete, I need to progress, I need to, hit these personal goals. So I'm able to kind of motivate and help other girls as well. But I will be at Galaxy. I just haven't sorted myself out yet because, as I said, I'm permanently frazzled at the moment. But yeah, I'll be there.
So chat with Chloe. Are you taking on new clients at the moment?
I am. I had a really good session earlier last week where I actually went to go and see a client after work. And like at the beginning, she was very shy, and at the end she was like full on sassing out the interview, and I was like, this is amazing. So yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice. Miss Taylor, Freya, looking a little bit sad there. So we're getting around to you. All right, so I warned you this would happen. So do you want to give a brief statement on Miss Global? Keep it as short as you want. I won't prod into it. And then, I guess, following from that, what are your plans in pageantry, if you have any at this stage?
Honored at this stage. No, right, okay, so overall, I cannot complain because up until maybe finals, it was a really good fortnight. We were in touch with Holly a lot, and she was always asking, how's it going? How's it going? And we genuinely have a bad thing to say, like lack of sleep, the usual, like we were grabbing snacks anytime we could, weren't sleeping that much, but that's sort of standard, and we expected that. But apart from that, we were really happy, and we were like, oh my god, I really hope she takes it on next year. And then we had 4 days in Mexico City, came back, had our national photo shoot, and then we lost a chaperone. She went home, texted us all to say that she'd left, but was really sort of vague about the reasoning why. Just that she just went off on a tangent about the fact that she wasn't happy, and so she went. So I was scheduled for my interview at 12:10. It then got pushed to 6, and I eventually had it at 10:30 at night.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had my interview in the dark, after a very long day because we'd been up. We had a call time of like 8 a.m. for a press conference as well. I was like, oh, it's fine, like we'll have an early night because interviews start really early. Nope. So interviews ended up being split over 2 days. We then didn't get into. Did any of you actually try and watch the live stream of the show?
I think I caught a part of it.
I saw bits.
So it was meant to start at 7 p.m. Mexico time, which was 1 a.m. UK time.
Yeah.
And we were also meant to get into the auditorium the day before. We didn't get onto the stage until 7 p.m. for our rehearsal. just with one thing or another, like no one was standing up for there was a band that wouldn't get off the stage, wouldn't stop rehearsing, so no one was actually being like, okay, well, this is our show, we need to get on the stage. They were one of the support acts, and we ended up getting on stage at 7 p.m. for a rehearsal. That got live streamed, which I've watched back, and it's just like, my God, it looks so
Why would they live stream that?
Because the live stream was set to start at 7, because the show was set to start at 7. And the show eventually started at 9:30, which was 3:30 here. It was falling apart from the word go.
Yeah. And if you've got people at home wanting to tune in and watch live, obviously staying up till 1 o'clock is late enough. Having to stay up until 3:30, it's a bit like, well,
I was like, you know what, go to bed if you want.
Go to bed.
And then, so top 25 got announced. Top 10 got announced, which then turned into a top 14 and a top 18. But as soon as the original top 10 got announced, I was like, I'm done. This is absolute rubbish. So there was about 8 or 10 of us that just packed our stuff and decided that we were leaving. I wasn't staying for the rest of it.
I've heard of this a few times before in some other pageants where they pick a top 10 and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, a few more girls get added to the top 10, and I always think that is a key sign of something very suspect. It's basically someone's favourites didn't make it in there and they've thrown a wobbler so they can get their girls in. So that's always a huge alarm bell there.
I mean, it's conflicting opinions as to what went on. I haven't heard anything straight from the horse's mouth, so I'm not going to throw speculation into the mix, but we have got reliable sources. But basically there was rumour of a certain country wanting to make top 10, then top 5, then top 2, and then ultimately, no, I want them crowned. That wasn't going to happen, so eventually top bazillion did their evening gown walk, whether it would have been scored actually because the judges left at that point, and the thing got shut down. And the top 5, whoever the top 5 may be, was apparently chosen based on the cumulative scores up until that point. But I don't see how that could have even been possible, because we were told that our interview scores weren't even taken into account to make up the top 25. So that had been missed.
What's the point in having an interview?
Top 25 sportswear scores weren't taken into account for the top 10, or I don't know. See, I'm even confused. I'm confused. So I've written off finals. I've just taken it as a holiday in Mexico.
That's fair. Freya, did you read the official statement? If there was, I seem to remember there being one. Did you read there?
One got put up on Instagram, which was vague, skimmed over it. We then got an email sent out. Not even everyone got it, but the majority of us got this email sent out. I'm not even going to call it an apology because it wasn't. It was an excuse for what happened. And it was, I mean, you had to scroll a good few times on your phone to get through it. It was ridiculously long. And it just got to the point, I replied about 3 days later because I was like, I can't accept that as, I don't care what your reason is. My point of view now isn't even the fact that it went down the Swanee, to be honest. The thing that makes me angry now is the way that we were just left. I don't care how unsafe you feel somewhere. You do not leave 56 girls in a foreign country to fend for themselves and make their own way home. Like, as far as I'm concerned, and I've said this to the organisation, as far as I'm concerned, they had a duty of care to get us on that plane. And they didn't fulfil it. That's where my anger lies now.
Did they not organise transfers? Do they not pre-organise transfers the next day to get you all to the airports? Because usually they have a schedule. They know they're supposed to know when everyone's flights are, so they know. For example, we've got Angola, Trinidad, Germany on this time flight. So they usually do like.
They knew all that, but because it ran so late, we got back to the hotel. We left at top 10 announcements. We got back to the hotel at 1 a.m. or 1:30.
How did you get back to the hotel? Did you get taxis?
Yeah, we literally packed our stuff went outside the auditorium and were like, taxi.
Wow.
Serious thing I've
I
ever
mean,
done in my life.
security-wise, they shouldn't have let you leave the building, which would be frustrating for you, but they would need to.
We weren't in the building. We had a gazebo thing out the back, well, out the front of the auditorium to get changed in, and
you got changed in a gazebo.
And a certain country had the backstage area.
Wow.
Interesting.
Good, isn't it? So we just I just left. We got back at like 1:30. Everyone else got back maybe 2:30ish.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, we woke up to this text saying that we weren't safe. We had to leave. We'll gather your things and leave in small groups. And we're like, why? Why are you trying to scare us? Like, there's no point. And we then found out that the director had actually already left by that point and was on a flight back to the US. So
that's insane. So kind of instilled this panic in all of you, and then just thought, I'm going to run away from this mess.
And that email's the only thing that we've had from him. Everyone's emailed him. No one's heard anything back. We've not had any of our photos, which we're all entitled to. So
I don't reckon it's going to be happening next year then if he's not, if the communication's gone.
He does not know. It doesn't deserve to run another year. It really doesn't. And I hope that girls who are...
Let's hope that someone else buys the franchise, because obviously the name is a good name.
I know. I'm trying to be careful with what I say, because...
Of course, yeah.
I
certainly encourage you to do
anyone,
that.
But at the same time, anyone that promotes it now, I'm just like, why? You know what happened. You lived it. Why are you promoting this? Why are you making everything out to be okay? Because it's not. He's managed to sweep top his top 5. Yeah. And I'm just like...
It's a difficult thing as well. Obviously, another pageant sort of bites the dust. It's kind of been the season for that. But sometimes the national pageants are great, and they lead to an international pageant that just is not, or the other way around. Like the international pageant's great, but to get there, you've got to go through a national pageant, which you just don't want to touch. So, Freya, so we won't go.
But the fortnight was amazing. I had a fantastic time. I made some fabulous friends. My aim was to represent my country and do them proud.
Which you did.
Pull off a banging national costume.
Which you did. Hands down.
And make the friendships I wanted to make. And I have done that, so I can't complain.
Is there, looking back on it now, because I think the answer to this would be no, you couldn't have seen it, but were there any indications that something like that was going to go down?
Not to the extent that it did, but yeah. There was a certain level of unfairness the full fortnight. But I was naive at the start. Ash kind of pegged it. She was like, I guarantee she'll place top 5. I was like, no. Hi, Danielle.
Oh, her phone might have died. It's all right. Keep going. She'll get back on.
So I was given it the benefit of the doubt. I was like, I think it's a fair enough competition. You know, I genuinely feel like it's different. I feel like we've made the right choice in coming to this one.
Oh, just give me a sec. Let me add Danielle back. Give me a sec. I'm gonna add her. It's always Danielle.
He's back.
Are you back?
Hey! He's back. Oh, I did give you a little warning that my phone may die, and now you can see my sexy little lighting setup.
That's so clever.
It's like a phone horn. Can't see me now, but yeah, I'm in total darkness.
Wow.
Yeah, I just look dead. My light makes me look blue.
I am, yeah. I am very dead.
I can't show you mine. I've got a full, actual, proper ring light, which is ironic that a lot of the girls don't. Yeah, I know.
I love that you're the only one with the ring light.
I know. I put up the fact that I have a ring light, and all the other girls are like, "I'm so jealous. It's like, I'm sorry, I bought one.
I've never owned a ring light. I feel like I'm missing out.
I'll buy you one for Christmas. But Freya,
I'm just gonna call my other headphones.
Okay, you go for it. But Freya, before, because we've had this with other pageants and girls have gone overseas and had a horrific time. Did you have any idea that that was going to happen even before you left for Mexico? Because I assume that, like, when you guys were in the UK, you were excited about it. Everything looked above board. Is that right?
Yeah. And we hadn't we were in the position, though, where we were the first group in about 5 years to go to global from the UK, so we didn't have anyone really to talk to about it. No one who had gone previously spoke to us about it either, so we were just kind of like we were heavily going by what the Australia girls had experienced, and they all seemed to rave about it, so we didn't really we thought it was completely legit, like everything looked great, no one really had a bad thing to say about it, so no, there was no suspicion of anything. Genuinely, the first time that I had any inkling that something was gonna kick off was maybe about 3 days before finals.
Right. Okay. So there's absolutely no way that you would have known. I guess probably. And
I'm not gonna lie, like we did feel safe while we were there. We were the security were great. Our chaperones were amazing. Like we were well looked after. We were well looked. We were well looked after.
Sorry, guys.
We got to wear flats most of the time, which I know that Olivia's very jealous about.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm jealous of that.
I did have a really good time, and I've said that to everyone who's asked. Like, I did enjoy myself. It was just those last 2-3 days we were like, okay, something's going on, and then ultimately for Alaska.
Sure. Yeah, so from your perspective, having gone through that, is there anything that the system or the director could do to not to make it up, but what would you like to see the system do in order for it to continue running, and for, let's say, girls from the UK to actually be sent over next year? What would you expect from the director or the system?
Give us our photos, be honest, and actually apologise. Just own it. Own it. Don't hide for 3 weeks.
Take responsibility.
Yeah. Don't run away and hide. Take responsibility for what you've done. Own up to it. And give us what we're due.
Well, that sounds fair enough to me. I mean, you can't say fairer than that. Okay. So, on that note, do you have any pageant plans for the future, or are you sworn off pageants?
If you haven't been put off for life.
No. No. It's a shame as well, because I was saying this to, I can't even remember who I was talking to about it, but on a national level it's completely different and it's so much fun, but there's no point if when you get to the international level you're treated like that. I mean, my goal was never to win internationally. I didn't even expect to place internationally. My goal was to represent Scotland. That's always been my goal, and I've made no secret of that since the first time I stepped on that Galaxy stage 7 years ago, or 6 years ago, or whenever it was. But I have no further plans at this moment. Not as a miss or a miss anyway. Maybe when I'm married in the future, I might do a misses for fun, but apart from that, nah. I need to get my life on track. I'm 28 years old. I need somewhere to live that isn't owned by my parents.
Amen. 32 this year. Don't make the mistakes I did.
No. I keep saying if I didn't compete in pageants, I could have bought my own house 5 years ago. So it's maybe time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's sad though. Obviously, another career sort of finishing, at least for the time being, and ending on the note that it has. I mean, 2019 saw in Australia at least a lot of pageant girls. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of girls very definitively saying they would not compete in pageants again, unless certain directors, to be honest, changed, because the directors have to take the responsibility. So. And
that's my main thing. Like, it's a personal thing now. Like, I don't want certain people to line their pockets to pageant girls anymore, because you're not treating us right. You don't deserve it. We've worked hard. we are intelligent people. Like, I don't care how big someone's wallet is. Give us our due. We've worked for it and we've worked to be there, so at least treat us fairly. You don't deserve to be part of it.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that at all. I've actually often thought that if the pageant actually needs to make money, if the pageant is a money-making venture, I think it immediately, and you guys can chime in on this, you may disagree with me, that's fine, but as soon as it needs to make money, as soon as it's a business, there are certain lines that are too easy to cross. You take on sponsors not because they're apt, but not because they're correct, but because they have more money, and then they want places on the judges panel, and you're just like, you know what? If it just treat it as like a non-profit thing. Obviously, you don't want to, make a loss on it. But I don't know why, but I have zero sympathy for directors complaining that girls are a certain way or that parents were a certain way, because you decided to go into that. No one forced you at gunpoint to become a director. And I think the goal of the system has to be, first and foremost, to put the girls first. And as soon as anything comes into that, it just goes pear-shaped. And I think that's what we've seen. So at Global, to some extent, certainly what happened at Miss Europe Continental was another example of just things go wildly off the rails because the girls' welfare did not come first. So I think it's really sad.
That's what angers me most about the situation. I don't care about the scoring anymore. At this point, I really don't care. It's the fact that our safety was compromised.
And even at the crux of, going to Global, let's not also forget, obviously I know, Danny, you had a completely different experience, but MGI, there's rumours that perhaps people were in certain back pockets that they shouldn't have been in. And yes, on social media, the girls did definitely look like they had a whale of a time, but they were in a country that wasn't safe for them to be in. And again, that is putting money making. It's kind of putting your brand image above actual safety and well-being. And I think the minute that line gets crossed, there's no going back.
The one thing I will say about MGI is they do take your safety very seriously. 11 without a chaperone and a police escort, just because I wanted to go and get some food from the shop at the corner. And I was one of the older ones competing. I was coming towards the end of my miss period, so I could have easily I've been to Asia before, I'm fine, I can, but they were like, no, you need your chaperone and you need a police escort. But this was in Thailand and that was on their home soil. And so they did have more leverage there with the police. I'm sure the girls had loads of police escorts in Venezuela, but I do feel like Mr. Nawat, who is the owner of MGI, I know he loves Osmel Sosa, and I feel like he wanted to build on that relationship and build a relationship with Venezuela. But I think as soon as you put in girls at risk for building a relationship personally, I don't think that was the right call to make.
Yeah.
Apparently it's going back as well next year.
Yes, they signed a contract. Which is unfortunate because obviously in the UK we have a travel warning going to Venezuela. So quite rightly, obviously Holly pulled the plug on you guys going there.
We made that decision together, but then this is the ironic thing. We pulled the plug on Venezuela because we didn't feel safe, and then
it ended up in Mexico.
And then this is what's happened.
Didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. The area that we were in, I think, is pretty much one of the safest areas in Mexico. My dad was on Google before he went. He's like, it's very safe. Okay, Dad, that's great. And our security was great. We weren't allowed to leave the hotel by ourselves anyway. We weren't allowed to leave the hotel unless it was absolutely necessary. There was a few girls that had to go out. A lot of us got sick, but the staff would go and get medicine and stuff for us. The doctors would come to the hotel, so we didn't venture out when we were out. We were as a group. We didn't even go out in smaller groups for excursions or anything. It was all done together. Security was fantastic, so we were looked after, which is the hilarious thing, until the last day.
Same.
But
I don't know. That's better or worse.
One extreme to the other.
Yeah,
So you're
because
almost
I'm.
catfished.
Yes, pageant catfish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
Pageant fish.
Pageant fish. Hashtag pageant fished. But you know what we've got to do? We've just got to throw you a banging handover.
Yeah, please.
To make it up to you three girls, we need to just have the best night when you hand over. We'll be popping bottles of champagne just to celebrate your year.
Yes.
You made it through it.
I actually need to find out what night we hand over. I don't know which night we hand over.
I need to book the park call.
Add that to the
well.
list. I need to find that out.
when is handover for you girls? Is it? I forget.
20th or 21st, I'm not sure, because Pageant Girl UK, or is it 21st, 26th? That weekend. So Pageant Girl UK is on the Saturday, and then Miss International's on the Sunday, but I don't know if we hand over on the Pageant Girl night or the International night. So
Yeah.
should maybe email Holly about that and find out, because I've not actually.
Do you have any idea what you will hand over to? Because obviously,
or not. It's like a handover, but it's not really. It's a hand down, I guess.
It's kind of like yeah.
So your night is that Pageant Girl?
I don't know yet. I've not found out.
Okay.
Because I know Pageant Girl's on one night and International's in another night, right?
So Ethan will be handing over to another girl. Yeah. Harriet will be handing over to another girl. We'll just do our final walk and that's it.
Right. I guess
unless you find something in the next month.
We'll find out.
I mean, I went to Miss Globe. That was, Holly, if you're watching, it was, I didn't feel unsafe. I had a great time. I did go to Albania though, and someone did inform me that was probably the sex trafficking capital of Europe. Great to know just before I left.
Wow.
Apparently, I don't know. I don't know. Someone told me that. I don't know if it's true. I have to Google it. I felt very safe, and I had a great time in Tirana. So, but I think it's been held in other countries recently. I know it's held in Canada not so long ago. And Beanie Filipinas sent a girl to Miss Globe as well.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
And no one has the unless I know Ken, who's like an independent guy that sends girls to pageants. I think Ken still sends girls to it. But if there's, I don't know if he's got the license for a least amount of time.
It just sounds like at the moment we're just looking for pageants that are safe. We haven't set the bar very high, but I guess if a pageant.
Is it really?
I don't think so.
This is why we need our TripAdvisor, pageant advisor.
Yeah. Yes, I know.
You've got some tea to spill on there.
I've got some speech to tell. I don't understand the Cockney, Danielle. Just.
Mate, that wasn't Cockney. That was just dyslexia.
I know, but we were saying this beforehand because I'm going to obviously be at Galaxy, and there are going to be some Scots there, and I don't really have difficulty understanding the Scottish accent. But Cockney, I don't think Google Translate could translate Cockney. I really don't. I don't know what it would come up with.
You got to submerge yourself in it for a bit.
All right, so Danielle, give me a Cockney phrase of the week. Come on, give me something that I need to learn.
I've done boat race, done apples and pears.
Yeah.
Going for a Ruby Murray. I'd love a Ruby Murray right now. We go for a Ruby.
What's that?
I know what that is. I think
a Ruby Murray.
Let's go down Brick Lane and get a Ruby. It always rhymes with the second word, Ruby Murray.
I know, but what's a ruby? Is it a drink?
No, it's just short for Ruby Murray.
For what? I'm so confused. I don't understand.
I'll give you food.
Rhymes with Murray.
And it's food.
Oh, curry.
Hey! And Brick Lane is a very famous road in London that's famous for all of its curry houses.
He's despairing. Look at him. He's like, oh God, no.
And they're open 24 hours as well. I've been for a curry at 3 a.m. before.
May I just ask why can't people just ask, would you like to go for a curry? Why does it have to be something that rhymes with it?
It's funny. Look, have you got a Lady Godiva?
A what?
Lady Godiva? Oh, you probably won't get this. I don't know either. Lady Godiva, you won't get this either. I'm a poet. I didn't know.
Yeah, you're not helping. What's a Lady Godiva?
Do you girls know?
I think so.
It's money.
I have no idea. Fiver.
How,
Yes. Give us a fiver.
So I'm sitting like,
okay. All right.
Or whistle and flute. I know that one.
what?
What is it? Whistle and
Whistle
Flute.
and flute.
Flute.
what's that?
It's something you wear.
Okay.
That rhymes with flute.
Yeah.
Is it for your feet?
No.
Oh. Oh, I don't know then.
Your whistle's smart. That's a smart whistle.
I'm lost.
With you on this one, Adrian, I've got no idea.
What is it? Just
The
What-
suit.
Yeah.
Oh.
what is it?
Suit.
Suit.
A suit.
Suit.
We got your
Okay.
smart whistle out.
Okay, so if you want stunned silence, just speak to me in Cockney and I'll just look at you like I've had some sort of stroke, apparently. I'm fine with Scottish, but Cockney is just way above my pay grade. Okay, so on that note,
I could do this all
let's...
night.
Yeah, I can't.
You need to make a Cockney quiz.
No,
There you go. There's
please.
an idea for a charity event. I can do a Cockney
The
quiz.
Cockney quiz.
We'll have a Cockney knees up.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get the spoons out. We'll play spoons. We'll have some pie mash and jellied eels.
Oh God, no.
We'll get
I-
Chaz and Dave out to come and play.
The more you speak, the more
What do
confused
jelly
I
eels
get.
taste
I
like?
have
Just make you feel
jellied
Horrendous.
eels. Oh no.
horrendous. Horrendous.
They are, yeah. I mean, I should really represent, but I'm not a fan.
I can let. No.
And they're cold.
Mm.
It's cold jelly. So you know when you have like a pork pie with a bit of jelly in it? Oh, it's fishy.
Chloe looks like she's watching a Bush Tucker trial.
I'm from but obviously I live in Leicester, and even pork pies, just no. Anything like that, jellied, anything, nope.
Jellied eels, is it the whole eel in there?
Cat food. So like the eel was
It's
in like
chopped up.
chopped.
Oh. But you don't get the head in there, do you?
No head.
Oh, okay. For a minute, I just thought it was a whole eel in there, and I was like, oh, no, I
It's
can't.
practically
the inside of the
just
jar staring at you.
Yeah, they just chop the two ends off and then.
No. Okay, that's enough. I regret everything. Oh
It's a
God, and
delicacy.
it's
Hey,
9 a.m.
don't give
here.
me
I
this.
can't
Scotland,
deal with
you
this.
have haggis. That's rank.
Haggis is wondrous.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Adrian, do you know what haggis is?
I know, but do we have to talk about it? It's 9 a.m. here. I'm about to have breakfast.
10 out of 10.
Wonderful.
Yeah, you could put haggis on breakfast.
No, that you just.
Haggis on toast.
I don't want the insides on my piece of toast. Like I don't know.
Do you know what black pudding
okay.
is?
Spice, did you do?
Yes.
Black pudding's
Oh, I
banging.
know, but I don't go that far.
See, this
Really
is funny.
high-
This is worse than black pudding.
I've had black pudding. I don't mind black pudding. Okay, obviously we're not going to agree
Congealed.
on any of this
Haggis.
at all. What's in a vegetarian
What's
haggis?
in a
Salad.
vegetarian
A hot
haggis?
salad.
Hot salad.
Yeah.
Blended.
No, it's more like oats and
What did they
spicy.
put? What's it contained
Spicy
in?
porridge.
That's what I was going to ask. Like a paper bag, or
Well, it's I guess
Matter?
kind of like a plasticky version of what actual haggis is contained in. Maybe. It's not that
Actual haggis
bad.
is just contained in like sausage skin now. It's not contained in
Yeah.
Cow stomach
anymore.
or sheep stomach.
Yeah, no, but then obviously for a vegetarian haggis, you can't see. Here's your vegetarian haggis. Inside some sausage skin.
It must
Yeah.
just be like a vegetarian meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuffing.
They do those in
That's kind of
IKEA.
what it is.
Sage and onions.
oh
stuffing.
dear. No.
Well,
I shan't be trying haggis. No. Okay. Can we wrap this up before I become more traumatized? Danielle, what have you got coming up over the next week?
Ooh. International Junior Miss happening on Sunday, down in Wiltshire. Saturday, I'm sure I'll be up to something. Friday, Valentine's. As you know, I don't have a Valentine, so I'll be at home with my cat, with my one true love, and
Wow.
I think I'm going out for a little Galentine's on Thursday. I think I've got Duncan coming to stay on Wednesday night. He's coming down to London, and I've offered him a bed, so that should be fun. And then, yeah.
that will be fun.
Yeah. So I like playing
Nice.
host. And my dad's away skiing this week, so I've got a free house, so it's a bit lonely in here for me.
Oh.
Party Danielle's, guys?
Yeah, come, party. It's all right, Dad's not on Facebook, he won't know.
Dear me.
All of his friends are, though, and they'll probably be watching
Oh
this.
dear. Yeah. Don't
Join
live
in
stream
with
the party.
It's fine.
Yeah, we can have a party on Valentine's. All the single lot that are on my Facebook.
Sure. I'll
Inbox
just
me and I'll
hop
get the
I'll hop a
address.
flight over to the UK. It'll all be good just for one night.
If you get one of those ones that get the storm, then you'll get here quicker.
Oh yeah, I'll get there before I left because I lose a day, so or the other way. So I'll get there before I've left. That'll be
That might only
amazing.
take 12 hours.
It might
travel.
take longer to get from the airport to Danielle's place than it actually takes to get from Australia to the UK, given what I've been hearing.
Most
Chloe, what
probably.
about yourself? What have you got coming up this week?
So I have a law firm event tomorrow night at a really, really big law firm, which I'm a bit nervous about. And
What
then
firm?
on Wednesday, just work on. It's Shoesmiths, so they have offices everywhere.
Mhm.
On Thursday, I have like a work kind of, not really a networking event because it's just for my firm, but we're trying to kind of get all our different offices together and do things more as like a firm. So we're going bowling after work, and then on Friday I'll be spending my Valentine's Day at work, and then in my car driving to Sam's. So I literally live like a rock star. I really do.
Okay, well, it's looking pretty bleak so far. Freya, what have you got coming up the next week?
I go back to work this week. I've had no shifts since I got home. My leave finished on the 25th of January, and there's been no hours. So I go back for 4 hours tomorrow. Lucky me. And then I'm working the weekend. Valentine's Day in hospitality. Oh, woohoo! And then Sunday.
Do you even get double pay?
Not for Valentine's, it's not a holiday.
Hospitality.
This is very true. You're lucky you get the whole pay.
I know. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Where's the rest of my wages? And then Sunday night we've been nominated for an award. I think it's the Scottish Hospitality Awards. So I'm going to that.
Very nice.
Apart from that, nothing exciting really. Join the gym. Have a gym induction on Tuesday. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck.
I love that you've joined the gym after you've got back from the international pageant.
Yeah.
I love that.
I was saying that's a little backwards.
I've got my work gym induction as well.
I'm sorry. As soon as they cut the swimwear around, I was done. I was like, I don't know. I like chocolate. I don't care. I need to whip my ass into gear. Like
I've fallen completely off the wagon this week. Completely off the wagon.
Yeah, what's this? You eating a chocolate croissant? You just being bougie, as you like to say, eating a chocolate croissant with a coffee.
You did so much cardio the other night.
I did do a lot of cardio, and I actually went to the gym in the day as well. Proud of me, it was the only time that week.
You danced in the gym also?
I did dance in the gym also. They were playing some bangers in there. And I've just been very naughty all last week, so I probably should get back on it. But I feel good. Like I feel like This is me. This is me.
Oh, here we go.
Love every lump and bump. All that. I'm not about, For me, this isn't about my body journey. This is about
100%.
This is about my personal growth journey.
Mindset and
Very nice.
yeah.
Now, hang on. Jessica Barclay has said, don't worry. We use real words in southwest London. Okay, that's good to know. She also had veggie haggis for Burns night and was so yummy. Okay. Fiona Taylor has said... Moving on, Fiona Taylor has said, ask Freya about fruit pudding.
Oh, she likes her fruit pudding.
What's fruit pudding?
Fruit pudding she does.
Does it actually have fruit in it, though?
Yeah, so it's got like raisins and sultanas in it, but it's made with beef suet and spices.
Oh.
Awesome. So it comes as like a sausage form.
Beef fat and raisins.
Yeah, and there's like cinnamon and stuff through it, and it's banging. So you fry it, and then it like caramelizes, and it's awesome.
Welcome to the UK, Adrian, where we put cow in pudding.
I tried getting the recipe for it one year, so I was like email it for Christmas. So I was emailing like butchers around about because I knew like the basics, and I was like, huh?
You got to buy it from the butchers.
Yeah, so you can. Well, it used to be like ready available in the shops, and now Asda have stopped selling it by itself, and you can get like 2 bits along with some square sausage and some black pudding, which I'm not really okay with. So I was like, no, I want to make some. So I knew roughly what went in it, and I emailed around all these butchers like, can you give me quantities? Like, is that okay? All a very closely guarded secret. It was like I was trying to ask for the secret recipe to Iron Brew or something. I was like, all right.
I thought when there was like it's fruit pudding, that it gave me the image of like a fruit salad,
Google,
really healthy.
That's what I thought.
Can't find it on Google. Like no one. There's a thing called a clooty dumpling, which keeps coming up, and I'm like, no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So it's like a cake version, but a fruit pudding is like dead stodgy, and it's amazing. So Malcolm Allen, the butchers, was like, we can't give you the recipe, but we'll send you some. There are other butchers available, but we'll send you some. And they literally sent me a pack of like, so they came in like packs of 6 or something. They sent me 25 packets.
Packets?
For free.
Of what?
They give you a coupon code too?
No. I was like, can I get a promo code and I'll dish it out, like earn some commission.
Well, what do you mean packets? What
Scottish
comes in packets?
Like polystyrene trays.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's my coupon code for fruit pudding.
I tell you, that would go down a storm, Danielle. So it was like 6 slices per pack, or 8 slices per pack. They sent me like 25 packs. So the fridge was just full of packets of fruit pudding for like 6 months. Freezer.
Okay, so when I go to UK Galaxy, I would like to try Iron Brew because I've heard about that, and that sounds like something I could actually drink without becoming nauseated. But all this other stuff, I don't understand. It's just so you're putting fruit in beef.
I mean, if you were around back before the sugar tax and could actually have original Iron Brew instead of, well, there's Iron Brew Extra.
She's got it. She's got some.
Yeah. Go on, Freya.
She's got some. Come on, come through for us.
But like,
whoa, vintage.
1901. Is that when it was bottled?
I will bring original recipe. You can try original recipe.
So hang on, what's sugar tax? What's sugar tax?
Is it the whole of the UK? Yeah, I remember it's the whole of the UK. We have a sugar tax, so we get taxed, or we have to pay extra for like full sugar things, or they have to sell it in smaller bottles.
Okay.
So they took all of the real sugar out of this. So this used to be, it doesn't even have the quantities on it anymore. 34% sugar.
Yeah. And now, like grams of sugar.
And now it's 17, and it just doesn't taste the same. So they brought out original recipe for a limited edition over Christmas, and I bug bought it.
I want to become a dentist and move to Scotland because they must be making a killing.
34% sugar. Anything would taste good with that much sugar.
Like, no, but like, Iron Brew is bomb. Like 10 out of 10.
I have
the ultimate hangover cure.
Like, I'm in London, but we have, my corner shop has a big Iron Brew sign. It's quite rare. So when my friends have been down from Scotland, they're like, "You have Iron Brew here?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably the only place in London you can find it, though."
Yeah. So much so it was incorporated into my national costume.
And that, honestly, that national costume, like, sorry to, all my fantastic friends that have represented Scotland internationally, but let's just all, bow down to Freya, because, yeah, it was the best. It was the best.
It's so good.
Like, sorry to everyone else, but it was the best.
I was literally, like, 3 days before I left, crying onto the paint, like, I can't be bothered anymore. Like the words to Auld Lang Syne, like, I want to die. Oh my God. We got there.
Just another healthy and well-adjusted pageant queen. I'm not going to need coffee. If I can have Iron Brew, I'll be bouncing off the walls drinking something that's 34% sugar. Okay, well, let's leave it there. It's been an interesting hour and a bit. So thank you, Freya, for being our guest. And thank you, Chloe, for subbing in for Lauren. You did admirably. You didn't get drunk.
Yeah.
Yay.
Also, Lauren, this is a second strike?
Second strike? Well,
third strike and you're out, Lauren.
Well, I actually think she's slightly worried about it. So, and thank you, obviously, to Danielle for providing all the technical difficulties this week.
Entertainment.
My pleasure. Anytime.
It was very entertaining, especially when we start joking about coronavirus. Next week is going to be very interesting because we have Olivia McPake subbing in for Lauren.
Terrible, Adrian, take that back.
We have Serena Ritterketty from America as our guest, and then obviously Danielle, the Cockney, and me, the Aussie. So we have an Aussie, a Cockney, a Scot, and American. It sounds like the beginning of a joke. An Aussie, a Cockney, and a Scot, and an American walk into a bar.
Walked into a bar.
Yeah, and never walked out because they all do they all drink? Actually, in that setting,
probably.
The American probably is. The American would be the lightweight.
Yes.
Out of the Aussie, the Cockney, the Scot, and the American, I think the American loses that comparison.
I think it would be you and Olivia tied for first.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm Australian, so I have to do my patriotic duty and get drunk.
Bring everyone under the table.
So we slightly different next week. We'll have shots instead of for every question.
Every technical difficulty that Danielle has, you have to drink.
No, you will die. You will die.
For everyone to have fun at home. For everyone to go to work on Tuesday with a sore head.
You will just die if we have a drink every time Danielle has a technical difficulty. No, or have a drink every time you can't understand what Olivia is saying. I think in that case, Serena would die.
Every time you have to ask Olivia to repeat herself because she's talked too fast.
Yeah. Every time Adrian cringes when I say cheeky.
Cheeky. Cheeky.
Joe, if you're watching this, I now fully sympathise with how you feel about Lush.
So, Danielle, when Adrian's over here, are you going to take him for a cheeky Nando's? Like,
absolutely.
You have to go full cheeky.
No, you have to stop using that word.
Cheeky.
Oh.
He's like, what makes it cheeky?
That's what I mean. It's not cheeky. You can't have a cheeky Nando's. You can have,
do you know what I feel?
I don't care anymore.
You're going to get like a full induction into being part of the UK. You know, you're not going to be. It's none of this Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, touristy. It's cheeky Nando's and Iron Brew.
And Iron Brew.
Like, that's what it's going to be. Cheeky Nando's and Iron Brew. And Danielle's driving.
Don't You're never going to be able to get to the bar, Adrian, because everyone's going to come over with cheeky drinks for you.
We do an
Someone
Adrian
get him a
night.
cheeky gin and tea.
You don't understand. I rant as it is. If you put a drink in me, it just gets worse. So I'm just going to
That's
be
fine, we're all the
yelling.
same.
I'm going to get the park hall staff to bring your dinner over. Cheeky dinner. Who ordered the cheeky fries?
Cheeky paprika fries.
Okay. I've also just realized that I'm working my way into the psychos group because this box here always holds either Lauren, Joanna, or now Chloe.
You are the fourth psycho.
Oh, if you can
I've
hear me,
said this.
If people keep using the word cheeky, I really am going to become the fourth psycho, but a real psycho, Danielle, not a cheeky one, a real psycho. Okay. All right. Okay, Danielle, why don't you sign us off for this week since you've been giving me grief? You wrap it up, and I'll stop the stream after you wrap it up. Go, Danielle.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you to Adrian for being his cheeky self. And for giving me a cheeky bash at this. Thank you, Freya, for your time, for your honesty, your beauty, and your service.
Is my honesty a good thing?
It's a very good thing.
Yeah.
No, it's a very good thing.
Thanks.
It's very refreshing in the pageant industry. And then thank you, Chloe, for stepping in for our Lauren Parkinson. Lauren, you've got competition now, so yeah, and I hope you have a fabulous time at your work event tomorrow. Do update me on LinkedIn tomorrow.
I will be sure.
I'll be there commenting and liking
That's
on
why you need to
everything.
keep up with me now. Good.
It's great because I now work for a law firm, so you know people will see actually we're a mutual connection because we've got an industry in common.
Yeah. And you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So if I need to, you know,
I think they're saying
network
something like that.
myself around.
Anyway, Adrian. I think it's safe to say you won't ask me to do that again. Oh, gosh.
Have you finished?
I finished, yeah. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. All information about the outfit is in the information bar below.
Okay.
Adrian's like, no, I'm done.
Okay, I'm wrapping up. I apologize for inflicting that. That wasn't so bad, but okay. Bye. See you next week. What's up, guys? It's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com. Join our launch team for our review site. It's super important to all of us to make sure that the industry is safe, transparent, and fair. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, write in your email address, and we'll speak to you next time.